Part 252. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2511. Chapter 2511 finally responded. Because Gongzili could not provide actual evidence. But the matter of her editing and recording has been hammered to death by Miyazawa. She couldn't deny it. Her mind was suddenly in a mess, and she called her assistant in a panic. After a while, someone knocked on the office door. Come in. Shenro took a deep breath, suppressed her anger and panic, looked away from the computer screen, and raised her head to look at the door. The door opened and the assistant walked in. Seeing that Shenro's expression was wrong, the assistant was stunned for a moment and walked towards her quickly. Mr. Shen, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Mom. Shenro's face was as pale as a ghost. No blood can be seen. She had a panic look on her face, as if she had encountered something that could not be solved. When she saw the assistant, she turned to her assistant for help. What should I do? What should I do now? The assistant was stunned again. Mr. Shen, what do you mean? What should I do? He posted on Weibo again. I didn't expect that he also recorded a sound. Now everyone knows that my recording was edited. They will no longer believe my words. What should I do? I need to respond, but how should I respond? Hurry and anxious, Shenro was a little incoherent. But this time, the assistant understood. Mr. Shen, do you mean Mr. Gong posted on Weibo? You had a conversation with him before and he also recorded it? Yes, that's right. You said, what should I do? I have to find a way. The assistant frowned. Obviously, this matter also made him difficult to handle. You have to solve this matter for me. Shenro's tone suddenly became ferocious, and she gritted her teeth and said, otherwise, I will fire you. No matter what, she can't lose. She must not lose. When the assistant heard her say the words dismissal, his expression suddenly changed. He immediately lowered his head and said respectfully, yes, Mr. Shen. I will definitely solve this matter. I will go to the public relations department immediately and let everyone find a solution together. Shenro waved her hand and told him to go quickly. Only. Before Shen's public relations department could figure out a way to deal with it, Weibo exploded again. Chiao Mian, the main person involved in the Weibo blackmail this time, finally responded. First, Huanyu, the company where Chiao Mian signed a contract, posted a Weibo post to refute the rumors. The Weibo post to refute the rumors was very long. It was first posted on the Huanyu official blog, and then Chiao Mian forwarded it on Weibo. In the Weibo posted by Huanyu, in addition to refuting the rumors, it also included a lot of data. Every piece of data is strong and irrefutable evidence, proving that Chiao Mian was framed by others from the beginning to the end, and the overwhelming black material on the internet is all operated by the trolls hired by that person. At the end of the Weibo post, the person's name was directly mentioned. Happy Entertainment Online, Miss Shenro, I don't know what grudge you have against our company, Chiao Mian, to maliciously smear a Weibo. Especially for spreading rumors that she is having an affair with another man, which is very cruel. Although the Shen family has a great career, our company will definitely do our best to seek justice for our artists. No matter what this lawsuit costs, no matter whether we can win in the end, we are determined. Chiao Mian V, I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting for so long. I came late because I had to collect some evidence. For specific information on refuting the rumors, please read this Weibo posted by the company's official blog. My attitude is the same as that of the company, and I will definitely fight this lawsuit to the end. Because of me, Weibo has become a mess. I'm really sorry. I always believe that justice lies in the hearts of the people. You should know what is right and what is wrong after reading the refutation of the rumors. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2512. Chapter 2512 The Truth. Holy shit, the company that Jiao Mian signed with issued a statement, and there was a lot of evidence of stone hammering in it. I didn't expect that Shenro kept saying that she was a victim, but behind her back she spread rumors and framed Jiao Mian. Jiao Mian went to court today. All the hot searches, as well as those so-called informed whistleblowers, were all arranged by her. Oh my god, I've also seen Huanyu's rumor refuting Weibo. I had guessed that this matter might be reversed, but I didn't expect it to be like this. It's terrible. That woman Shenro it's so terrible. I helped her a lot before, but now I want to slap myself in the face. So it's love that breeds hatred? Because she didn't get what she asked for from Mo Yesi, so she hated Jiao Mian. Want to ruin Jiao Mian's reputation in this way? Let me ask, why is Jiao Mian so dirty today? One after another, and so many so-called insiders emerged, it turned out that she was behind it all. Oh my god, I didn't expect the truth to be like this. Shenro is really scary and disgusting. Fortunately, Jiao Mian got the evidence to prove her innocence, otherwise her reputation would have been ruined by her. I read the comments posted by Shenro's trumpet. It's really disgusting. She used her trumpet to slander Jiao Mian in all kinds of ways. Her face is not too ugly. She pretends to be quite elegant and noble on the surface, and she has a lot of qualities. She looks very tall, which fits the image of her registered account on Weibo. But the other side is so dark and vicious. It's true that people should not be judged by their appearance. In the Weibo post posted by Huanyu, there was evidence that the Weibo account registered by Shenro left comments in the Weibo comment area that insulted Jiao Mian. The name of her Weibo account is The Years Are Quiet and Good. Although the name means the years are quiet and good, her demeanor in scolding people everywhere does not match her name at all. Especially the words she scolded Jiao Mian, which were simply unbearable to watch. It's hard to believe that those words would come from the mouth of a well-born and well-educated daughter of the socialite circle. The most ironic thing is, she even registered a Weibo name called The Years Are Quiet and Good. In Jiao Mian's Weibo post to refute the rumors, she not only found Shenro's trumpet, but also posted the IP addresses of the Weibo accounts that broke the news about her. The IP addresses were displayed, and those so-called insiders broke the news. They are actually the same person. Even the Navy company that smeared her was found out. Because the evidence is conclusive, all netizens who have read the rumor refuting Weibo post know that Jiao Mian has been smeared and framed. The person who smeared and framed her was Shenro, who called the thief to catch the thief. In an instant, all the advantages that Shenro had disappeared completely. A group of netizens who had called Jiao Mian and Gongzili dogs a second ago started to call Shenro. And they scolded Shenro much more harshly than they scolded Jiao Mian and Gongzili. Because those who supported Shenro before were slapped in the face. This made them feel that they were being played by Shenro as if they were fools. It also made them feel like their IQ was being pushed to the ground and rubbed hard by Shenro. This made them angry. So they vented all their anger on Shenro. When he scolded her, he would naturally become more cruel and merciless. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2513. Chapter 2513. The direction of public opinion has completely changed. The words he used to scold Jiao Mian were extremely unpleasant. The words scolding Shenro now are very unpleasant. It is the kind of level that will definitely make people autistic. After Xiao Mian retweeted her company's rumor refuting Weibo, not long after, Mo Yesi, who was always following her Weibo news, also retweeted it, and added a sentence, "Well, this lawsuit has been settled, and Mo is here to accompany her." In the end, after Mo Yesi retweeted the Weibo, Mo's official blog also immediately retweeted the Weibo posts of his boss and the boss's wife, and also added a sentence, "Yes, our elite team of Mo's lawyers will definitely stay with you until the end." Subsequently, netizens looked at Bai Yisheng, Yan Shaoqing, and Gong Zili, who had previously criticized netizens on Weibo, and retweeted Xiao Mianmian's Weibo posts. When everyone retweeted Weibo, they attached a sentence. Bai Yisheng, together with me, our Bai family will also accompany you to the end. Yan Shaoqing, support me, my second brother and my sister-in-law, plus me, and I will also accompany you to the end, Gong Zili, Gong has sent a lawyer's letter. I said that the lawsuit is settled. Lu Rao, it is extremely bad to wantonly slander and spread rumors about others. Support normal rights protection. Several friends around Mo Yesi immediately forwarded his and Xiao Mianmian's Weibo posts to express their support. Not only Qin Han, Zhanbo, Shen Fei, and even Tu Yuli, who has disappeared for a long time without updating Weibo, all retweeted Xiao Mianmian's Weibo to express their support for her. These two groups of people. Yan Shaoqing is a first-class person, representing the top group of powerful people in the upper-class circle. And Qin Han's exhibition is first-class, and he represents the top group of traffic in the entertainment industry. Both groups of people are the best in their respective circles and fields. Qin Han Zhanbo has countless fans, and they posted Weibo messages of support, which also showed their attitude. Their attitude is that of the fans. This huge flow has driven countless fans to repost Xiao Mianmian's Weibo post. And the number of retweets driven by Mo Yesi and Yan Shaoqing Gong Zili are not inferior at all. There are hundreds of thousands of employees managed by just a few people. Mo Yesi had already sent an internal company email, but all Mo employees had to repost it on Weibo to show their support for the president's wife. The number of reposts by employees of these two major companies alone, Mo's and Gong's, is hundreds of thousands. Coupled with Qin Han and Shen Fei's first-class performance. Within an hour, Xiao Mianmian's rumor refuting Weibo post had over 1 million retweets. This data, which has not been manipulated in any way, has an astonishing number of forwards. It almost caused the entire Weibo system to collapse again. Fortunately, the Weibo programmer was well prepared and was able to withstand this huge wave of traffic. Angamianmian was hacked and reversed hashtag. Drama reversal, the victim Shen Ro turned out to be the real culprit behind the scenes hashtag. Ifes by hiring a navy to smear Xiao Mian hashtag. Hashtag Shen family is facing a huge crisis, Shen Ro may get into trouble if she offends the public hashtag. Angamianmian posted evidence, stone hammer was framed by Shen Ro hashtag. Xiao Mian is on the hot search again. Only this time, she is no longer the hot search topic on black material. The person who followed her on the hot search list is Shen Ro. Only this time, Shen Ro is no longer a hot search topic as a victim. Just 1 hour. The direction of public opinion on Weibo has completely changed. Xiao Mian made a beautiful comeback. Linda seemed very excited when she called. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2514. Chapter 2514, Trembling all over and having trouble breathing. Mian, you succeeded. Shen Ro was really hammered to death by you this time. And Gong Zili's recording also hammered her to death. Her personality is completely broken now. There is a lot of criticism against her on the internet, and I don't think she will be able to turn around this time. Ha ha ha, it makes me happy to see her being called a by netizens. She should feel what it feels like to be bullied online. But I never thought that your popularity in the circle would be so good. This time many artists have expressed their support for you. It's not about popularity, it's just that everyone follows the crowd. Xiao Mian calmly analyzed. Shenfei, Qin Han, and the others are the elder sister and elder brother in the circle. They express their opinions first, and others also express their opinions in passing. It's just a statement. Besides, most of the artists who express their opinions are artists under Huanyu. Mr. Zhao must have said hello to them. Huanyu is the largest entertainment company in Yunqing. It can be said that 60% of the artists in the circle are signed by Huanyu. Since we are artists from the same company, if something like this happened, we should express our stance in a conscientious manner. If they really support me, they should have taken a stand when I was blackballed by the entire internet. That's true, but even if others express their opinions by the way, that's not bad. Mr. Zhao has said hello, but it's up to them whether they send it or not. Anyway, more people can help you forward it. It's not a bad thing. Yes, I know. Xiao Mian pursed her lips and smiled. Sisters, yeah, you should feel relieved now. Don't worry, Linda was also smiling, you handled this matter very well. If it were left to the company, it would definitely not have the same effect as it does now. I especially want to know how Shenro is feeling at the moment. Her Xiao Mianmian's eyes flashed and she smiled. Who knows? She must be very angry anyway. Asterisk. At this time, Mr. Shen, in the president's office. Shenro saw the entire reversal process on Weibo. She also saw various evidence posted in the rumor refuting Weibo posted by Huanyu official blog. After reading that Weibo post, the blood on Shenro's face seemed to have been drained out in an instant, and her entire face was filled with an eye-catching paleness. She never thought that there would be such a reversal. She never thought that Xiao Mian would get the evidence. Her Weibo account was discovered. The Navy company she hired was also found out. The clearly laid out pieces of evidence were like a long nail, nailing her to the chopping board, leaving her with no chance to break free. She also saw how netizens scolded her. If she felt so happy when she saw netizens scolding Xiao Mian before, then at this moment, when she encountered the same thing as Xiao Mian, she was hit hard. Those malicious comments. Those dirty and insulting words. She only watched it for less than 10 minutes before she became angry. No wonder Mo Yesi didn't fall in love with Shenro despite having been stalking her for more than 20 years. She is such a scheming bitch, a disgusting bunch. Anyone who likes her must be blind. Facts have proven that both Mo Yesi and Gong Zili are wise. Everything Shenro encounters today is her own fault. I think a bad woman like her should be alone all her life. The best ending. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2515. Chapter 2515 Strange Call. When I think that the head of Shen's family is such a disgusting person, I don't want to use any products of Shen's family anymore. From today on, I will never use any product of Shen's family again. Here I call on everyone to boycott Shen and Shen Ruba. I have always liked the jewelry from Shen's jewelry store. I have also been using skincare products. However, I will not use them again in the future. No matter how good the product is, the owner of the company has such a low character. I think everyone should boycott it. Sisters, are you afraid that Mr. Shen hired Henry Zhou? Are you sure you want to boycott Shen's products? Don't you want to buy the jewelry designed by Henry Zhou? Don't just talk about the boycott and then start it again. What a delicious mode. Haha, Henry Zhou is indeed quite attractive. However, I don't think anyone with normal outlook will take Shen's fault just because of Henry Zhou. Besides, I heard that the Mo family also did this time. I'm going to step up my game. It's possible that the designer Mo's hired is a more awesome person than Henry Joe. In comparison, I'm still looking forward to Mo's new jewelry products this time. The standard of Mo's jewelry companies has always been higher than that of Shen's, and the route they take is also higher than Shen's. I also think that if Shen's can hire Henry Joe, Mo's might be able to hire a more powerful one. As for the characters, I'm also looking forward to Mo's new jewelry this time. A person more powerful than Henry Joe? Do you mean that Mr. Mo can invite the legendary Mr. S? This is impossible. The Shen family can invite Henry Joe, why can't the Mo family hire Mr. S? Netizens were originally discussing Shen's affairs. While discussing, it turned into discussing the mysterious Mr. S. Mr. S, for no apparent reason, also became a hot search topic. Shenro's lips were trembling. The insults from netizens had traumatized her soul. She only watched it for a while, then she couldn't bear it and closed the computer. But even so, when she closed her eyes, those disgusting swear words kept popping up in her mind. Scheming bitch. Bitch, bad woman. Let a bad woman like Shenro die. How could there be such a disgusting woman like Shenro? It's her fault that Mo Yesi doesn't like her, she's not worthy of Mo Yesi at all. She is 10,000 times worse than Xiao Mian, and Mo Yesi will not like her in the next life. These words seemed to turn into the voices of many people, echoing in her ears over and over again. Shenro's face became paler. She covered her ears with her hands, a painful expression on her face, and buried her head deeply. Stop talking, don't talk anymore. Buzz buzz. The phone vibrated suddenly. Shenro raised her head with a painful expression and saw the indicator light of her mobile phone on the desk flashing. Is an unfamiliar number. She listened to the phone ringing for a while and then picked it up. As soon as the call was connected, a fierce voice came over. Shenro, you bad woman, how can you be so bad? A bad woman like you will die badly. Shenro was stunned for a moment, with an astonished expression on her face. Who are you? It was the voice of a strange woman. She was sure that she did not know the person who called. Shenro was a little confused by the scolding. She originally thought that the other party had dialed the wrong number. However, since the other party was able to call her name very accurately, it meant that it was definitely not a wrong call. Don't care who I am, as long as you know that a bad-hearted woman like you will not end well. If the content is repeated, refresh and re-click on the chapter to see the new content. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2516. Chapter 2516, Violated by the Internet. Before Shenro could say a word, the other party hung up the phone with a bang. Shenro was a little confused when she heard the disconnection sound on her phone, and she still didn't know what to do. Inexplicably, I was scolded. She doesn't know who the other party is yet. She was stunned for a few seconds, her face turned livid with anger. Just when she was about to call the other person and scold him, her phone suddenly rang again. Shenro lowered her head and saw another unfamiliar number. As if she had a premonition, her face became more and more ugly. After hesitating for a few seconds, she still answered the phone. Shenro, do you believe in retribution? I do. People who have done too many bad things will definitely get retribution. Even if it doesn't happen now, it's not because it's not retribution, it's just that the time has not come yet. I speak very well. Yes, your retribution is coming soon, I can already see your tragic end. For a shameless woman like you, you will never get happiness in your life, and you don't deserve it. Because no one will like a vicious woman like you. As long as the people around you see clearly what kind of person you are, they will all go away from you. I wish you a lifetime of loneliness and no one will ever truly love you. It was another strange woman's voice. After the woman said these words, she didn't give Shenro any chance to speak. Just like the last person who called, she hung up the phone with a pop. Before Shenro could react, her cell phone rang again the next second. She stared blankly at the unfamiliar number flashing on the screen, and picked it up with trembling fingers. What a piece of shit, the eldest daughter of the Shen family, she pretends to be something like that, but she turns out to be a despicable, sinister, vicious, and bad woman. Your scandal has been exposed, and now everyone can see your true face. As long as we are still Shen's boss, we will no longer use any of Shen's products. With a boss with such bad morals and bad conduct, Shen's will go bankrupt sooner or later. Stop staring at Jiao Mian all the time. It's useless for you to be jealous of her. Do you think that by using such despicable means to discredit her and ruin her reputation, you can get your wish and return to Mo Yesi? Don't you are dreaming, look in the mirror, you are not even 1/10 as good as others. You are not as beautiful as others, and you are extremely ugly on the inside. No man who is not blind will like you. Shenro, you are so mean. Why do you want to smear Jiao Mian like that? Because of you, she has suffered cyber violence that she should not have suffered. Now, let me give you a taste of what it feels like to be bullied online. Shenro, go to hell, you vicious woman. Shenro, alike you will die badly. Shenro, do you find that you are missing something? Your mother is gone. Strange calls come one after another. As soon as the call was connected, everyone scolded her. After Shenro answered 2 or 3 calls, she slowly realized that her mobile phone number had been posted online. The people who called her were all netizens who were fighting for Jiao Mian. She was angry and flustered. Every time she was scolded, the other party hung up the phone before she could figure out how to fight back. She was holding back her breath. The phone keeps ringing. She hung up the phone, and immediately another call came in. Knowing that these callers were calling to scold her, Shenro stopped answering the phone. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2517. Chapter 2517. Is this how you do things? Knowing that these callers were calling to scold her, Shenro stopped answering the phone. She had a dark face and turned her cell phone on silent. However, the phone still kept flashing. Text messages came one after another. Her phone seemed to have broken parts. The screen kept flashing and text messages popped up one by one. In just 1 minute, she had received more than 100 text messages. They were all scolding her. Shenro only looked at 1 or 2 words, and her body began to tremble uncontrollably. She was so angry that her face turned green again, and she clenched her teeth tightly, grinding her upper and lower teeth so hard that they made a clicking sound. The screen keeps flashing. The text messages also kept popping up. In less than 10 minutes, she received thousands of text messages and hundreds of missed calls from strangers. She received so many text messages and phone calls in a short period of time that her phone froze. This is the first time Shenro has encountered online violence. She never thought that being raped online would be so terrible. Those people seemed crazy. Everyone cursed her to die. The hundreds of text messages were all cursing her. If it weren't for her phone, it would have died. More text messages and phone calls are coming. Jiao Mian, it must be you bitch, Shenro was angry and scared. She gritted her teeth and smashed her phone on the desk. She swept all the documents on the desk to the ground in anger, clenched her fists and screamed fiercely. He said, "You must have done it. Do you think you can defeat me like this? Do you think you've won? No, I will not admit defeat, She didn't know whether to tell others or herself, "I will never lose to you, a bitch." How could she lose? And he still lost to the Chiao Mian Mian. She was almost winning. She will not give up so easily. But, what should she do now? What should she do to turn the situation around? The evidence that little Chiao Mian Mian found was too harsh. She wanted to deny it, but she couldn't. Then she has to admit defeat like this? Are you going to let that ride on your head again? Bang bang bang. There was a knock on the door. Mr. Shen. Outside the door, the assistant's voice sounded. "Come in," Shenro responded irritably. The door opened and the assistant walked in. "Mr. Shen." The assistant frowned and walked quickly to her side. Shenro raised her head, her face was cold, and her voice was also cold. "Didn't you go to the public relations department and discuss with the people in the public relations department how to handle this matter? Isn't that how you handled it? I've been called up by people now, do you know, just now, many people sent me text messages and called me to curse me. My mobile phone was so scolded that it stopped shutting down. Is this how you do things?" She vented all her anger on the assistant and yelled at the assistant. The assistant was startled by her hoarse voice. He lowered his head and quickly replied, "Mr. Shen, we didn't expect things to develop like this. Sir, the public relations department is thinking of a solution. Mr. Shen, please don't urgent, there will always be a way to solve this matter." Of course, the assistant also knew that Shenro was called a dog on Weibo. It's not just the assistant who knows. The whole Shen family knew about it. Because after Shenro's mobile phone was bombarded and crashed, netizens who had nowhere to vent found the phone number of Shen's front desk and called the front desk to scold her. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2518. Chapter 2518, Push it to others. Shenro doesn't know about this yet. Shenro was called a dog just now and didn't even have a chance to fight back. She was holding back her anger. After hearing the assistant's words, her anger suddenly ignited. She walked up to the assistant with a cold face, raised her hand and slapped the assistant on the face. A pop sound. The assistant who was slapped was stunned for a few seconds, then slowly raised his head and looked at her with an expression of disbelief on his face. "Mr. Shen." Shenro still felt that it was not enough to relieve her anger. She glared at her assistant and said, "You said before that it would be solved, but now? You actually have the nerve to tell me not to worry. You are not the one being scolded. Of course you don't. Afraid. That's not the case, Mr. Shen, that's not what I meant." Shenro slapped her with enough force. The assistant, a grown man, was also slapped by her so hard that his face became swollen, and 5 clear lines appeared on his face. Fingerprints. Then how do you solve it? Shenro couldn't control her temper and roared at the assistant again, "That got a lot of evidence, which can prove that it was the Navy I hired who framed her. She also found out my Weibo account posted my IP address. Now, all netizens believe her. No one will believe me anymore. If this matter is not handled well, it will not only affect me, but also the entire Shen family. If something goes wrong with Mr. Shen, you losers still want to stay here, just dream." The assistant opened his eyes wide and looked at Shenro's appearance at this moment in disbelief. He just felt so strange. He has been with Shenro for a while. Although he already knows that Shenro is not as good as she appears outside, she actually has a bad temper and is very difficult to get along with. He has to be careful when staying around her. But I never thought that her temper would be so bad. She actually beats people. That slap just now stunned the assistant. It took him a while to realize that he had been beaten. It is said that you should not slap someone in the face because you want to leave them with dignity. It can be seen that Shenro has no dignity left for him. At that moment, the assistant was very angry. Even if Shenro is his boss, he should obey his boss, but being slapped by his boss is something that not everyone can accept. He just came to work at Shen's. I did not come to Shen to be angry. Since childhood, no one has ever slapped him in the face. Suppressing his urge to fight back and resign was the hard-earned reason for his hard-earned position. He stayed at the Shen family for 8 full years. Just climbed to where I am now. If you ask him to give it up like this, he won't be able to give it up. So, even though he felt aggrieved and angry, he still tolerated it. But in my heart, I already had resentment towards Shenro. Mr. Shen, please give me another chance. The assistant took a deep breath, thought for a while, and said, this matter is not without a solution. I have read the Weibo post that refuted the rumor. There is indeed a lot of evidence posted. Those evidences are indeed irrefutable. Shenro's face turned even darker. Then why are you still talking about these nonsense? Assistant, Mr. Shen can actually blame everything on other people. In this case, it is not Mr. Shen's fault. Put it on others, Shenro said coldly. Do you think I haven't thought about it? But where to find a suitable candidate? Xiao Mian posted my mobile phone IP address. I use the phone myself. Who else can I blame? Besides, even if I want to blame others, there must be someone else. A suitable reason. Why should others help me deal with Xiao Mian? Mr. Shen, what if that person is your sister? The assistant said unhurriedly. It's normal for my sister to do those things to help her sister fight against injustice. And since she is Mr. Shen's sister, of course she can use the phone. This way, there will be a suitable reason. Shenro was stunned for a few seconds and opened her eyes wide. You mean, blame everything on my sister? Yes. At present, there is only one way. Only Mr. Shen's sister is the most suitable candidate. How is that possible? Shenro's eyes flashed, and there was a trace of heartbeat on her face, but she said, wouldn't it be her who is scolded like that? She is my biological sister, how could I? It's too selfish to do this. No, this method of yours definitely won't work. Think of another one. How could the assistant not see that Shenro was moved? He despised her hypocrisy in his heart, but on his face he respectfully advised, Mr. Shen, this is the best way and the only way. Mr. Shen just said that if others want to help you, they must have motive. If it is your sister, then this motive is very reasonable. Isn't it normal for a sister to feel sorry for her and help her to fight against the injustice? And I believe that your sister will not blame you for this matter. Mr. Shen is not only protecting himself by doing this, but also protecting the whole society. Shen. Mr. Shen, don't hesitate. The worst is, you can make it up to her afterwards. Mr. Shen now represents the entire Shen family, and nothing will happen to you. I believe that even if you tell Mr. Shen this decision, he will definitely understand. Mr. Shen has been excited for a long time. Because she thought about it and realized that this was indeed the best way. Let Shen Xin fight all the charges for her. As for Shen's father and Shen's mother, even if they were dissatisfied with her behavior, they would not do anything to her for Shen's sake. As for Shen Xin, so what if she is dissatisfied? She still relies on the Shen family for food and clothing. At a critical moment, isn't it right to do something for the Shen family? Thinking of this, Shenro has made up her mind. But she is Shen Xin's sister after all. She doesn't want people to think that her sister is too selfish. Therefore, she still pretended to be hesitant on the surface, and said as if she was embarrassed, I have to think about this matter again. You go out first, and I will think about it carefully. The assistant lowered his head, with a disdainful sneer on his lips. When he raised his head, there was a respectful look on his face. Yes, Mr. Shen. If Mr. Shen has thought about it, please let me know at any time. After the assistant finished speaking, he turned around and walked out of the office. Shenro was pretending to think in the office. Asterisk. Half an hour later. The assistant knocked on the office door again. In the office. Shenro decided to let Shen Xian take all the blame for her, and was enjoying her afternoon tea with a relaxed expression. Seeing the assistant walking in, her face and attitude were much better than before, and she pretended to say, "Is there something wrong? I thought about the suggestion you made before, and it seems that I can only do what you said." Done. Shenro will be offline soon. Her method will not succeed. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2519. Chapter 2519. How can you regret it at such a moment? Well, it seems I can only feel sorry for Xioxin. When this matter is resolved, I will make it up to her. Of course the assistant already knew that Shenro had already decided what to do. When I talked about considering it before, it was just pretentious. After all, if she agreed immediately, wouldn't it seem that her sister was too ruthless and too selfish? Although, the assistant has now seen clearly her selfish nature. The assistant looked at her hypocritical face with disdain in his heart. It turns out that no matter how beautiful a woman is, once her heart becomes ugly, no matter how beautiful her beautiful skin is, she will only feel disgust when looking at her. In the past, when the assistant stayed by Shenro's side, she would have some charming thoughts when facing this beautiful and charming boss. But after Shenro gave him that slap, his charming thoughts about Shenro disappeared completely. Mr. Shen, no matter how disgusted and disdainful the assistant felt, he was still polite to Shenro after staying in the Shen family for one day. I just received news that all the partners in the several businesses we had contacted before he changed his mind temporarily and said he would no longer cooperate with us. What Shenro was still drinking coffee leisurely, and her expression suddenly changed when she heard this. Which businesses are you talking about? The people from Minjai Real Estate, HSBC Energy, and several holiday resorts that we have negotiated with, as well as several loans that we have negotiated with China Minsheng Bank, are all gone. I called to ask, and the other party's attitude was very different. It's very firm, and there is no room for change. I don't know if it's because they feel that Shen's current image is not good, and they are afraid that they will lose money if they cooperate with Shen. Since Mr. Shen has decided on the previous proposal, we have to act immediately. Otherwise, if those cooperations really collapse, it will definitely be a very heavy loss for Shen. After the assistant said this, he hesitated and then said, "Now Shen, I'm afraid, I can't afford such a loss. The current situation within the Shen family is actually very chaotic. Although the previous shortfalls have been filled, in order to fill that shortfall, Shen also took out all his family assets. The same is true for several collaborations this time. Shen spent a lot of time signing these contracts. It also cost a lot of money. Originally, these contracts were negotiated smoothly. No surprise, I can sign it this month. Whether it is energy, real estate, or resorts, these projects are very profitable. If he can sign these orders, Mr. Shen will make a lot of money. For Shen, who has just come back from the brink of bankruptcy, it is really important whether these contracts can be signed smoothly. With the signing, Shen's future will be much easier. If you can't sign it, it would be very dangerous for Shen to suffer such a major blow again. How could this happen? Shenro put the cup down on the table with a loud pop and stood up in surprise and anger. Aren't these cooperation deals already negotiated and will be signed soon? Isn't the other party also looking forward to cooperating with our Shen family? How could they regret it at such a moment? The assistant looked at her excited and angry look and replied calmly, "Mr. Shen, before the contract is signed, the other party has the right to regret at any time. They can do so. Even if the contract is signed, they can still breach the contract. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2520. Chapter 2520. But in fact, it is Tanya who is controlling. The latter is just to pay some liquidated damages. What Mr. Shen needs to do now is to restore your image immediately. Shenro bit her lip, her expression extremely ugly. She was silent for a while before she gritted her teeth and said coldly, "Okay, you inform the public relations department and do it immediately. In addition, contact Mr. Chen and Mr. Wang immediately. I have to talk to them now. See you first. No matter what, those cooperation deals must not be cancelled." "Yes, Mr. Shen, I'll make arrangements right away." The assistant quickly turned around and walked out of the office. After he left, Shenro's already ugly face became even gloomier. In fact, Shenro knew it very well. Once those cooperation deals are cancelled, how big of a blow will it have to the current Shen family? Even if Tanya is behind to help Shen. But Tanya's help is not always available. In fact, except for helping Shen when Shen was about to go bankrupt, Tanya never interfered in Shen's affairs. Shenro knew very well that Tanya definitely had some purpose in helping the Shen family. Tanya, a woman, had a contact once, and knew that the other party was not a good man and a woman. Therefore, Tanya can never be a holy mother with endless money who would help Shen for no reason. Moreover, he spent such a huge sum of money on it. Tanya had made demands on her when she first helped Shen. First, it requires Shenro to take over the Shen family. Second, Shenro is required to find partners according to her requirements after taking over the Shen group. These are not very excessive requirements. It is even beneficial to Shenro. So Shenro agreed without hesitation. Later, she completed several businesses according to Tanya's instructions and made a small profit. Since then, she has been more obedient to Tanya. Shen is ostensibly in charge. But in fact, it was Tanya who was controlling. Although Shenro took over the Shen family and is known as a powerful and capable strong woman, she is actually not proficient in business matters. If it weren't for Tanya guiding her behind her back, she, as the newly appointed chairman of the Shen Group, would not be recognized by the company's shareholders so quickly. So Shenro immediately thought of asking Tanya for help. She waited for the assistant to leave and immediately called Tanya. After a few rings, Tanya picked up the call. From the mobile phone, a lazy voice came, "Shenro, what do you want from me?" Ms. Tang. When Shenro spoke to her assistant, she was still a condescending female boss. When she spoke to Tanya, her tone became much more polite. "I don't know if it disturbed Miss Tang's rest. But I have something very important, and I would like to ask Miss Tang to help me with some advice." "It's no big deal, I'm free. Tell me, what's the matter?" "Ms. Tang, I have negotiated with the partners you introduced to me according to your instructions. Several cooperations were almost finalized, but now something suddenly went wrong." "Huh? Which cooperations are you talking about?" Tanya's voice was soft and sounded a little careless. But Shenro couldn't help but become a little nervous. She held her phone tightly and said, "It's the strokes that Miss Tang introduced." She told Tanya truthfully everything her assistant reported to her. End of this chapter.